payment anytime soon. Deebo Samuel, 3-year contract extension with the Niners. Max value on this one, $73.5 million over those three. Includes $58.1 million in guarantees. So I like what you're seeing, especially on the top end, and it needs to work down more. So many more, such a higher percentage of these NFL contracts are guaranteed. The seventh wideout this offseason to sign a deal worth at least $24 million per year. We mentioned this earlier. DeAndre Hopkins was the only one making $24 million a year before this offseason. And Jason, you said it earlier. You know, this went from the Niners starting the offseason with Deebo Samuel wants a trade to now everyone's happy. And I just really am curious if there's going to be any on-field changes for him.
Yeah, because I'm looking at last year's number, and like you said earlier, Dave, too, like we heard, and I believe there's some validity to this, that maybe he wasn't fully in love with being that running back role, even though he's a receiver, but used quite a bit. I mean, he ended up with almost 60 carries on the ground last year, but he was so productive, 365 yards, 8 touchdowns. So, I mean, when he had the ball, he was great on the ground, and then he also had his 77 catches for over 1,400 yards, and was best in the league in yards per reception. It was just such a good weapon, and I think now with Trey Lance, he's going to be as important, if not more. But I don't know if they can find the balance of, I don't think he wants to get hit that many times that a running back does, but also acknowledged how great of a weapon he is. I go back to the game against the Packers in the playoffs, the snowy game, where things started to change in that second half, and one of the moves Kyle Shanahan made was to have Deebo return kicks, and he's done that before, but it's like, sometimes you protect him there. It's like, you know what, we need a play. So they had him return, and he had a kick return that, if I remember right, was 30 or 40 yard return, start at midfield. It just kind of changes the complexion. When you've got a player that's that dangerous, I think if you could find the happy medium where you utilize him as much as you possibly can without wearing him out, that's what you try to do.
100%. The Niners need